Hello friends, welcome back to Aaron's Anxiety. I'm your host Aaron, your personal guide through anxiety. I have some things to update. I have some things, some struggles, some successes. I gotta get this info out there to you guys. So I think they're 5 or 6 weeks out of lexapro and the withdrawals and things like that. So I'm really getting to the point. I'm starting to close in on that. All the lexapro being out of my system and getting back to kind of what normal Aaron feels like. And that being said, it's good. It is good. There is some things that aren't so good. And one of those things is, like I had mentioned in a previous video, that I will kind of think about my anxiety a little bit more than normal. Now, I'm not dwelling on it and I'm not freaking out, but it will pop into my head randomly and I'll have more thoughts about it. Which is fine, it's to be expected. So, here's the other side of the coin. About 3 days ago, I had myself a setback, okay? And I was really contemplating on getting back on lexapro, saying, all right, you know what? We're just going to go back to lexapro. Because like I said before, I'm not afraid to go back to lexapro. What I'm afraid of is all this lexapro gets out of my system and then I can't function. That's what my fear is. And I don't think that fear is very validated, but it's still there. You guys will know exactly what I mean by that. So, since then, I gave it 2 days. So usually my rule of thumb is when you're getting through something and you have a bad day, give it 3. Okay? If you have 1, give it 3. So by the 3rd day, I was feeling quite a bit better. And it was kind of just like a rando, okay? And I think I figured out what it was. So I think what it was too much caffeine and way too much sugar. So I love caffeine, and I don't have any here. But usually, if you see Aaron, there's probably one of the white monsters, the little no sugar monsters, around. There's at least a can somewhere in my vicinity, okay? Because I do drink way more of those than I should. I was drinking them like 1 a day for a while, and then I would have like a pop with lunch or dinner or whatever, and so all that caffeine is going on. And so I got to the end of the day, and I like to cook, okay? So I cooked dinner, and then after cooked dinner, I was like, what would be fantastic is cookies, okay? And I got a cool, really good, really fudgy chocolate chip cookie recipe that is the bomb, okay? So I was like, I'm gonna make these cookies. Henry likes them, Sam loves them. We're gonna cook them up here. So I made a bunch of cookies, and the nice thing about cooking is you get little dips of things here and there. Okay, yeah, there's raw cookie dough. I'm not gonna, a little bit of raw cookie dough? No, okay? I'm living my best life. We're gonna eat some of that. So I ate some of that, and then I had a cookie when I was done, and then it was like the end of the day, and I'm playing video games, and all of a sudden, I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling short of breath. I'm feeling, oh no, I feel like the world's kind of closing in. I'm like, what is going on here? This is like out of nowhere. The whole day was fantastic. I'm like, what is going on here? What are you doing to me, brain? And so that carried on for pretty much the rest of the night. And I get to the next day, and it was better, but it was still kind of lingering a little bit. It was a little bit of linger. And so I thought, okay, I'm at this point I'm thinking maybe I should go back to lexapro because this sucks. But then I thought, wait, hold on, let's be, because you always want to give everything the best possible shot. That way you can cross it off. And I thought, I've been drinking white monsters like I'm dying tomorrow. Okay, so let's cut the caffeine, let's cut the sugar, let's give it a few days, give it the 3 days, and let's see what happens. By the 3rd day, I was feeling pretty darn good. I was pretty much back to normal, and everything was kind of going swimmingly again. So that is good. So I figured out that unless I'm on lexapro, I need to kind of monitor how much caffeine I'm putting into my system. Just got to keep in mind, caffeine is a drug. It's a stimulant. Keeps you going. The last thing we need, especially me, is to be stimulated. Okay, I'm wired all the time. So I cut that out, and everything came down. So what I'm saying is, if you are having anxiety and kind of burning the wick at both ends, you know, because that's the other thing that goes with it. You guys know I'm a very busy guy. I stay busy with jobs and blah blah blah. And sometimes I go to bed late and I wake up early and I blah, blah, blah. Fill it in with caffeine. The filler's caffeine. Who needs sleep when you have caffeine? That's not great. That's going to cause your anxiety to go up. One, because you'll lack of sleep. Two, because the caffeine is just So, I also have some other news. Since the beginning of the year, I have jumped on the New Year bandwagon with losing weight because it's, you know, I just want to look good. You know, Sam is adorable, and I don't want to be the guy at the mall that other people go, why is she with him? You know, I don't want that. I want to be able to be like, oh, that's a good looking couple over there, you know? I'm like, oh, maybe it's like a Make-A-Wish thing. You know, I don't know. So I've been going on a diet, and I've lost 10 pounds, and almost to the nose, 10 pounds, which is pretty good because, you know, we're only a week into this. So, good, 10 pounds in a week, good to go. Weight Watchers, try the app if you want to lose weight. It's working really good. I don't feel like I'm losing anything. Check that out. Haha, here we go. See, I said there's a lot of information here. So, the other side of the coin is, I've also am trying a new supplement. So, I've had a couple people recommend some things to me, and so I've been taking the magnesium. I was taking the magnesium calm gummies, and then I was also just taking the magnesium regular magnesium gummies. I think the calm ones have other things in them because it did make me feel a little bit more calm. But I tried something else, and I'm not going to give a full review on it yet because I want to make sure it's doing what I think that it's doing. And I have some right here. Sponsored in part by. It's the Nature Made Calm and Relax. It's ashwagandha, as if that isn't horribly fun to say. It's ashwagandha and magnesium. It's calm. I got this at CVS. I have had several subscribers and friends recommend this to me, and I just hadn't gotten around to it yet, and so now I tried it, and so far so good. It's what it does is it sounds too good to be true. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, but helps reduce stress and anxiety to relax your body. But if you look on the back, it's also supposed to give you energy, lasting energy. It's supposed to help with your brain's thought processes and responsiveness to ideas and blah blah blah. You know, the whole I can't recall a name. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. It's supposed to help with that. So, but that's not what we're using it for. That is a benefit, but we're going to use it for the stress and anxiety. It's a calmer. So, told me to take 2. I am an anxiety person, so naturally I took 1 just to see how it would go, and it worked pretty good. So far, so good. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna give a full review because I want to do this for at least a week before I go saying, hey, try this out. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna recommend anything I wouldn't do. And here I are. So, ashwagandha is the next listed video that Aaron's got coming at you. So, other than that, I still need to talk to Dr. Shannon, the TikTok doc, and see if I can come up with a time to sit down with him and get a little Q&A action going with him. He's a very insightful guy. If you haven't checked him out yet, check him out on TikTok. I think it's the Dr. Sheehan, and it's TheDrSheehan. I don't know. Search around a little bit. If he sees this, he's gonna be mad. But just search around. You'll find him. There's not gonna be anybody close. It's an older white gentleman with very insightful about how to combat anxiety and stress and depression, blah blah blah, all the things that we're talking about here. So check him out. So, all right, friends, this is what I'm doing. This is what we got going on. So, update. Everything's great. Back on par. I had a setback, like all of us do, and I didn't let it get to me. That's the big kicker. Don't let the anxiety get to you. You're going to have setbacks if you're adjusting dosages, if you're starting a new medication, if you're coming off of a medication. You're going to have setbacks. Know that those are coming, and know that they're going to become more and more infrequent. Okay, they're going to become less frequent as you go. So you've got this. You've got this. Whatever stage you got this, just keep pushing, keep going. Don't rest until you're done, okay? All right, friends, until next time, I love you. I hope the best for you.